Hi, today we're going to talk about apostrophes. First of all, what is it? Well, it's a punctuation mark that looks like a comma, but it's further up in the air. So this, for example, is a comma used for a pause in a sentence, whereas this up here is an apostrophe. Let's look at this example of a sign that I saw in a supermarket. And let's ignore the bit at the bottom, which is pretty poor English. Look here. Do you think this use of an apostrophe is correct? We'll talk about that later on. But we use an apostrophe to show possession or missing letters, for example, in a contraction. Let's look at some example contractions. What's is short for what is or what has. I'm is short for I am. He'd is short for he would or he had. Don't means do not. She's is she is or she has. They'll is they will. We're is we are. And can't is cannot. There are loads more, and I'm sure you know a lot of them. Essentially, it's when we have a pronoun or the name of a person with the verb to be or a modal verb, and they're contracted, they're pushed together. Okay, we can also have not, like we have in some of these examples. Those are the most common, but there's a huge list of ones that we can use. Let's look at missing letters a little bit more. So contractions are basically two words that are joined together with some letters missing. We can't contract three words, like in this example. We have to say he'd have or he would have, but we can't have that contraction that we've got here. We can't make contractions up. So as I mentioned, there is a specific list of contractions that you can use. Now, it's not just contractions. There are other examples where we'd have letters missing and we use an apostrophe to show that. For example, he's going to the shop. We put the apostrophe to show the G is missing from the end. So perhaps the person saying it doesn't say he's going to the shop, where you hear the NG sound, but maybe he say he's going to the shop. Perhaps that's his accent. I like fish because it's tasty. So here we have the apostrophe to show that B is missing in because. People shorten it just because it's a little quicker. Or maybe that's their accent. Fish and chips. Here, and is the letters A and D in and are missing and are shown by the two apostrophes before and after the N. This is just a pronunciation thing. I mean, to say fish and chips, it's a little more difficult than saying fish and chips, which is a lot quicker and a lot more natural. Other examples, he was born in 81. We put the apostrophe to show 19 is missing in the beginning of the year. It's 10 o'clock. We use the apostrophe to show of the is missing. It's 10 of the clock, which is what they used to say long time ago. So use apostrophes to show possession. So that is when something belongs to someone. For example, the child's toy, the toy belonging to a child, or the children's toys, the toys belonging to a group of children. The boys' toys, the boys' toys. Now they sound exactly the same, don't they? In this first example, we have the apostrophe before the S, whereas in the second example, we have the apostrophe after the S. Well, what's the difference? Well, this first one, we only have one boy, and the toys belong to him. In the second example, we have lots of boys, maybe 2 boys, maybe 3, maybe 5, and the toys belong collectively to them. Okay. Coming back to this poster, this sign that I saw in a supermarket, and again, we'll ignore the bit at the bottom. Is this correct? Are we using the apostrophe here for possession or as a contraction? Well, no, we're not. We don't use an apostrophe for plural words. This is a common mistake that a lot of people make. Don't make that mistake. There are some other common mistakes that people make. For example, people often write the children's toys with the apostrophe after the S, whereas it should be before the S, because children is already plural. We can't say children's. Okay, the apostrophe only goes after the S at the end of a plural word. The pizzas are tasty. What is this person trying to say? Are they trying to say the pizza's tasty, as in the pizza is tasty, a contraction? Or are they trying to say the pizzas are tasty, plural? In which case, as I just said, we should not use an apostrophe. When we pluralize lowercase letters, we do need an apostrophe. For example, look at this sentence. Don't forget to dot your is. Your is? There are 3 as in banana. That words don't make much sense to me. Ah, that's better. Don't forget to dot your I's. There are 3 A's in banana. So we do need to show an to put an apostrophe to show the plural of a lowercase letter. That's the exception. These are the most common rules. I hope they helped you to learn when to use an apostrophe. Thank you for watching.